Yeah.
How do you figure?
I don't know.
I actually like to blow.
Okay.
Okay. It's really weird how it's. I can't see it, but everybody else can.
Can't you be able to just grab the chat and make it bigger?
Yeah, that I can do.
What do you mean?
What's everybody talking about?
That is a massive delay.
Yeah, that's a big head, right? What's everybody talking about? I wonder.
Talk about Metro North something.
It's a boy.
Doggo. Helping meet how watch
So,
there.
you can. Oh, I guess you can pretty much see me there. Yeah, lean back enough. Oh, bears. Oh my god. Look at all those things.
Those are puppies.
Oh my god. No, why are they blue? No blue hearts. No blue hearts are allowed. You can't do blue hearts. Oh, you know what? I didn't do the badges. I wanted to do that too. Hang on. Ah, cat! Okay.
Wow, that is a massive, really big delay.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Ow. I wonder why it's so bad. It wasn't like that earlier. It's like maybe.
Is it because you set the?
Oh, you know,
so low?
It's an ultimate low latency. Is it not supposed to be that way?
Oh, I didn't think it was going to be that slow.
Like 30 seconds, I think.
Probably pretty close to it.
That's how it was last time.
Actually, one on your TV versus my phone is off too.
Really?
Yeah, this one's faster than your TV.
Oh yeah. Huh. Okay, let's try this. What is that? I'm pretty like the last time we did this, it was like okay, rainbows are cool. I'm okay with that. Yeah, so it's like a 30-second delay.
There it goes.
Oh yeah, that's like
It's almost 45.
yeah. This one's huh. Oh, thanks a lot. I have a couple makers. I have Splinter Fox Studios made this head, and I have a Mischief Maker suit head that's in the back over there. Anyway, so yeah. All right. So is everybody ready? I think everybody's ready. Let's see if I can't keep this up. Keep this chat bigger. Oh my god. Not that big. This one. So
You see any human parts in this thing? Just remember, it is hot.
yeah, it's,
so we're not
it's pretty hot.
fully up.
It's pretty warm. It's like 90 degrees out here. Okay, let's see if I can't set the count.
Oh, you need that.
Yeah, I need it. Move it upwards so I can maybe cut off the leg. Let's see how this goes. It's just the head. I'm figuring just like
Oh, there it goes.
torso kind of thing. Maybe okay. That's okay. That's okay. That's not bad. Oh yeah, see, it's like 5 seconds behind. Yeah, dog. Okay. So, yeah, it's like 90 degrees out here in Silverdale too. It's pretty warm. Dude, okay, so we're gonna get this started because it is warm, and even with the fans going, it is still warm. So, um, I wanted this video. I mean, as it said in the title, is a post-con discussion for how Furlandia went in my perspective. There were a lot of key points that I want to hit. So, and I don't want the stream to be super long. So, what overall, I think the con was pretty much like a 75% good, like 25% kind of iffy. So the good points are the con itself. The when I like there was the reg line was pretty long, unfortunately. However, the con was organized pretty well. When things needed to be taken care of, they got taken care of relatively quickly. I have bullets. This is like I want to make it like go somewhere at least.
Oh, do the mantle kick. Hello. He went. He's going to be right back. He forgot his bullet point.
Okay, yeah. So I figured it out.
There you go.
So I figured out how I wanted to do this. So is it really quiet? So quiet. How rude. How did I do
Did
this
you
last
have
time?
everything set?
Yeah, I kind of. But I wonder if I can. Let's see. I can't change anything there. Hang on. Let me get back into this. Hello? 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 Hi! Is this good? I think this is relatively better. I think this will be better. We don't want laptop audio, but we want microphone audio. So how is this? Is this better? Is this much better? I know we're sitting like in the grill, but I can eliminate the latency issue altogether.
Oh yeah, this is better.
Let's do this. I have an idea. Let's do this. There we go. So now we don't have the latency issue anymore because now we can just use it that way.
Oh, nice.
Okay, so can you guys hear me now?
There you
go. Okay, so yeah, it's a lot. It's like right on the cusp between the green and the yellow too, which is good. 61 degrees. Yeah. You're lucky. I don't like blue. Stop the blue. No more blue. No more. No more blue. No more blue. Anyway, so Furlandia went well in a sense for me because I like to do things for conventions. I've gotten to that point in my fursuit lifestyle where I went to cons just because I had a suit, and I partied it up, and then I went to like room parties, and I spent like 16 hours in my suit, and spent all like it was just ridiculous. So and as time grew on, I wanted to do more and more on the back burner between cons and get everything worked out pretty, like get things to work out. I like doing things for a lot of people, so I figured why not get into the whole convention thing where I can help, make conventions better or help it run more smoothly. Orange, duh. And so that's why that's why I took on Califer in the background. When Califer was still a thing. I don't think it is anymore. And then when I moved up here to Pacific Northwest in Washington, I got contacted by Furlandia to judge some competitions, so I did that for 2 years. And then this year, they graciously asked me to help run the dance competition and their first ever like head-to-head floor awards thing. They haven't come up with an official title for that event yet, so I just kind of called it just a head-to-head thing. I do. I do have a counterpart, which is blue, which is why I don't like him very much, because he's blue. Because dabba dee dabba die. I hear it every single day. No more blue. Okay? Got it? Cool. Yellow is okay too. Or gold, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so the convention itself, in my perspective, as running the events, went pretty well in my goal. So my goal was to make sure everything ran, started on time, ended on time, and then throughout the event ran smoothly. So, distressed. Because I'm watching my. No, let's turn it off. So, uh, so we had originally planned to get there on Thursday, and do the whole Portland tourist thing, go visit Voodoo Donuts and walk around Portland, enjoy Portland. And unfortunately, that didn't happen. The reason for that is because we ended up leaving. Yeah, I know. We planned on leaving super early in the morning to get the Snow Bunny Shelly's Mika's place, and then leave from Mika's early in the morning, like 8 o'clock in the morning. So we got up. We didn't get up on time, duh. And then so we packed up the rest of our stuff, and we didn't get out until 11. And so we made it to the ferry, the Kingston Edmonds ferry, and we were ready to pull up onto the ferry, and the ferry didn't show up. The ferry did not show up whatsoever. It came in 30 minutes late, and they came over the PA system saying that the ferry had mechanical issues. Oh. So they had to unload that ferry, move it to another dock, and try and fix it. But they ended up not being able to fix it, so they canceled the ferry that we were supposed to get on. So we ended up waiting in the ferry for an hour and a half. Nope. Yeah, and it was already warm. It was gross. So we ended up. They said they canceled the 11:55 ferry, and then the 12:30 or the 12:45 ferry was the next one. And they told us that the people who had the 11:55 had priority. I don't know what that means because we already checked in. How are you gonna skip us? How does that make us priority? We're already there. We've been waiting. It's like a first come first serve thing. Oh, okay. So and then and then they said we had priority boarding. It's really dumb. Anyway, so we got to Shelley's and or Mika, as some people know her, she's a weasel. And when we got there, it was 2 o'clock because traffic and whatnot. Yep. And then her boyfriend, what we were gonna do is we were gonna leave around that time, and then get there, relatively closer to the afternoon. So we got there, we dropped the dog off, let Pippin run around for a little bit, and Cosmic and Mika started getting into their chatter thing. And before you knew it, it was 3:15. Oh, and her boyfriend gets off at 4. That's still a 4-hour drive from there. It was 3. It's supposed to be 3 hours. From that side of the water? Yeah. Okay. So it was supposed to be a 3-hour drive. We would have got there relatively soon if we had actually left on time. Mm-hmm. So it's still Thursday, by the way, guys. So Thursday rolled, and so we three. It was like 3:15. So we figured 45 minutes. He gets off at work. So and then they said, okay, 4 o'clock. He gets off work. 4:15. He'll be here. He'll get a shower. We'll change, and then we'll go. At the latest, like 4:20, 4:25. We left at 4:45, closer to 5. We didn't get there until like 9
Yeah,
because we
all
hit
that
traffic
rush
all the way there.
Oh, especially around the base areas.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So traffic all the way there through Seattle, through like all those whatever. So we finally get there. We got to Odie's house, Odie's place, and it's like 9:30. So we just got there and we crashed. Friday, I had a little bit of work to do, so we sat there and like basically this is when the actual con for us started.
Okay.
So we got there. I got registered relatively quick because it was important for us to get in on. It was important for us, like for me myself, to get my badge soon because they weren't allowing me into places that they should have. Like the main stage, I needed access to the main stage so I can get people lined up for prelims because prelims was in a couple hours, and make sure that all the sound checks were good and making sure everything ran smoothly because that's what my job is. My job was I was in charge of the dance competition and the head-to-head floor wars thing. That's it. That's all I was supposed to do. Just make sure that those two events worked, beautifully. That didn't happen either. So, but we'll get to that later on. So the prelims went very smoothly. We had, well, not as smoothly as I would have liked. We actually had 27 people sign up for the competition, and only 20 of them showed up.
Not a bad turnout.
Yeah, it's not too bad. So I mean, I was really happy with it because we actually had a full competition this year. Instead of having to buy for time like what we did last year, we had 13 people.
Yeah, that's right.
So we were making sure that the MCs had time to shoot the breeze, and then we gave each of the judges time to discuss their pros and cons and all that other jazz. So this time we actually had to keep it short and keep it simple because we had a full show.
Oh,
so
nice.
I mean that's great, amazing. So prelims go smoothly. Time starts and time ends at the right on the cusp. Amazing job for everybody in those prelims. So and then we kind of just partied up a little bit and blah blah blah, and that was pretty much Friday. So Saturday rolls around, and this is when things kind of go great. They start off good, and then they go into the slump of whatever that's going off the camera. So Friday or Saturday, we were the dance competition. We had a couple of hiccups behind the stages, but overall, all the performers did absolutely beautifully. The MCs did an amazing job. Thank you to Haven and who I don't remember who did it, but the brain part. So all of the MCs did a great job. The judges all did a great job. We can't thank enough to the AV team for doing what they do because without that we'd have no lights and no sound and people would just be flailing their arms to absolutely nothing. So as it turns out, the event starts the way I saw it. I set the times, 5:30. The competition final roll call starts. 5:45, people start walking in, taking their seats. There were a couple of arguments regarding seating, but the reason why I did it the way I did is because I didn't want people just sitting around anywhere and having to get stepped on because there was a lot of foot traffic, and and people were just kind of argumentative about that. To me, it was more of a safety issue, and I didn't want people to get stepped on or other people to get screwed over or whatever. So that's the reason why I did the seating arrangement the way that it was.
Don't they have overflow too?
Huh?
Last year they had an overflow.
They did. So they did have an overflow. So after we met max capacity for the room, I don't know. I don't know if we went over or not. But for sake of OSHA, we'll just call it. We hit max capacity for the room. I think it's OSHA, right? Or is it fire code? Fire code. Yeah. So for the sake of fire code, we met the max capacity to the room. So they actually set a TV system, like a live, kind of like a live stream viewing thing.
We did that last year
Out,
as well.
yeah, out in the lobby, outside the main stage where people could sit and and watch it from the TV. So the event went through without a hiccup, not a single one from start to finish. So people walked in at 5:45. Show started at 6. Show went on until we ended it like maybe 10 minutes before the actual event ended. So it gave 10 minutes for people to clean out and get everything set up for the next. The event went amazingly. I couldn't have been happier with it. So the dances come around, and the shit like the all the DJs did really great. And then I was standing on stage, and something kind of goes wrong. Nothing like super major, not like super major. So one of the DJs had a like I guess a family emergency, so they weren't able to make the show, and they were supposed to close. It's really unfortunate that that they have that family emergency and they have to cancel the show. But I respect that. Family comes first.
I agree.
So, and that's really important to me. So, if you had to choose between playing a show and dealing with with a family emergency of some sort, of any
Family.
sort really, then yeah, of course I would choose family hands down. I love everybody that supports me and friends and all the antics, and I'm sure the other other DJs and performers actually appreciate that. But there comes a time when you have to make a choice and
Oh
you know
yeah,
care for
always.
those people that are dearest to you. So I was standing on stage and I was filming somebody. I was filming our DJ lead, in his show, and then people were getting all hyped up, and and then Foxworth comes on stage and then starts talking to him while he's doing the show. And all I see, because I'm standing behind him, and all I see is he's got his headphone behind his ear, and Foxworth is doing this, and the DJ leads kind of going like all these hand gestures that don't look pretty, you know. So and then I'm standing there with my phone, just whatever, it's cool, just getting all the hype, all the drops, you know. And then all of a sudden, like they have this conversation, and they turn, and then the DJ lead turns around and he goes, "You." So me holding with my phone, I'm standing there like I feel like Dane Cook from Waiting. What did I do, man? So they asked me if I DJ'd. I told them like I kind of do, I kind of don't. It's kind of like just an off chance thing. And I told him that he's like, well, you DJ, so maybe you can fill in. I was like, well, I wasn't prepared for this whatsoever. So I asked him, I spoke to him a little bit. I spoke to Foxworth, and unfortunately, they weren't able to get a hold of their backup, because he was on email, and nobody checks their email when I'm at a convention. I mean, Twitter, Facebook, Messenger, Telegram.
Yeah, those would have been
I'm pretty
better.
sure people are on Furry Amino when they're at a con.
Yeah, I've actually done that one.
So yeah, but nobody. He didn't. Unfortunately, the email didn't get back in time, so they automatically just they not automatically. They just told me that just assume that you're gonna go on the show, and you're gonna end up closing, so that gives you a little bit of time to prepare. Like, okay, so I sat off to the side, kind of zoned myself out. I was picking playlists and songs and mix and matching, things like that, trying to get this thing together. My entire hour and 15-minute long set was built in less than 45 minutes.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. And so when my set rolled around at 12:30, I went up for like a quick sound check to make sure that I was sending feedback to the the team, and then the head unit on the table, just to make sure everything was going well. And I mean, which shorts? Oh, my shirt. Yeah, this was a TKO shirt from Jackbox. pretty cool, huh? Does he look good? I don't even know if Facebook's or I don't know if YouTube's gonna like it because it's hilarious. Anyway, so I got my set ready, and then I went up on stage, and then we did the sound check, like the silent sound check, to make sure I was sending feedback to my S2. And so they slowly passed it on to me. They gave me like this really quick introduction to DJ Racket because I didn't have a name at the time. It was just a name. It's my first suit name that really close friends like know me by. Like all the California furs, they call me that instead. So I just told them, yeah, sure, let's just call me that. And then they passed it on, and I was like, hey, you guys, just the FYI to everybody who's out here dancing tonight, I made this set within a 45-minute time frame because I wasn't prepared for this at all. So if it's bad, then I'm really sorry. So and then I just wung it from there. So I went through my playlist, and everything was going really well. Like a few bad transitions because I missed a few points, and things were a little off, like off tempo, little hiccups here and there. Sounds like the equalizers were a little off, on a couple of the songs. So, and then somebody approaches me while I'm on set, and then they were like, "Hey, do you have any songs from Paper Mario?" I'm like, "What? What is that? I don't even know what that is." And so he goes, "Yeah, it's a game."
Wait, you didn't know that was a game?
I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know Paper Mario was a game. Not at all. I'd never played it. I mean, I haven't played Mario since like Mario Party 8 or what is it, like Mario 64.
Oh,
I don't play Mario very much.
wow. At
So
least I kept up with what they were. I haven't played much of
yeah,
them.
well, apparently it really has like this really badass soundtrack. So they asked me if I had any music from them, and I didn't. I told them like, no, I don't have any music from that game. I mean, I'll have to look up some and then maybe play it for you guys next time. I don't know. So he goes. So he's like, all right, man, it's cool, no worries. And then he kind of walks off stage. And then a couple minutes later, when I was like, I was in the middle of rotating a song, and the guy like comes up behind me and goes, and he goes, hey man, do you take requests? And I'm like, what? No, I can't because I already made this playlist and it's kind of like set in stone. I mean, I wish I could if I had more time, but I don't really have anything. He's like, all right, cool, DJ Paper Mario, it's all right. And I'm like, wait, what? And then this dude called me DJ Paper Mario. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know where it came from. He just called me Paper Mario. So I'm like, okay, well, it's cool, whatever. So it got into my mind that these guys really wanted some kind of like video game song to play. So yeah, right. I mean, you actually just go up to a DJ and say, hey, do you take requests? I'm not a radio producer.
Listen, the only DJs I know that do that are like
Yeah, there are some. I mean, if you have the like the music like variety, like Thumper's got a wide variety of music. And a lot of the times he actually plays it on the fly. He just whatever, he just plays the next song. I've seen him DJ, and it's hilarious, but it's magic the way he works. 'Cause, I mean, his hands never stop moving. And one day, hopefully, I'll get to that level. But I mean, it's a lot of dedication and a lot of money and a lot of music, and I just don't have that time because I got promoted in my job and whatever. So yeah, it got into my brain that they really wanted to hear some kind of like video game music, and really the only video game music that I had was made like 4 years ago or something. It was that Folksy like Kirby remix thing. So I was so. But Paper Mario is such a random. I don't know. Apparently, it had a really good soundtrack. I've never played it. Maybe you can testify against and like live for it. I don't know. So anyway, so I started playing the. I told him like, hey, I have these are some of my favorite, like the last couple songs are some of my favorites, and then it's getting ready for time to close. So here's something that I kind of just put, I just threw onto the playlist because you guys wanted something like a video game style. So I played Full Ski, and it's one of my favorite like remixes. It's really fun. It's really energetic, and Kirby is really just really cool. he eats stuff, and it's kind of like Hog from the Seven Deadly Sins, you know.
Yep.
So he just eats them and then absorbs his power. So I play this song, and everybody loses their mind. So I knew right then, I was like, yeah, cool. I got some. Everybody's happy. So, uh, so we played that, and then I think my last song was, I think it was like one of the, who's that band? When Can We Do This Again by What's His Face.
Oh no, you're asking the wrong stuff on that. I'm horrible with names when it comes to that stuff.
All right, what's the who's that artist that sings When Can We Do This Again? They also did the theme song for Wreck-It Ralph. You guys know? Anybody? I wonder. Um, God, what was his song? I don't remember. Anyway, I'm sure someone will figure it out. So we played that song, and it was like, 5-10 minutes past the closing time, which was like 2 a.m. Yeah, Owl City. There you go.
Okay.
So they played that song, and then everybody had a blast, and then that was the end of the show, and everybody had a killer time. So everybody cleared out, the lights went on, and then that was the end of the dance for that night. And so we ended the show, and then I was talking to the DJ lead, and then I was talking to a couple of the guys. And they said that the show actually went really, really well. The turnout was amazing at the end of it. I had my own hype crew. Thanks to a bunch of the guys. Soren or what's the other counterpart? A lot of the names. It's been a while since Furlandia. So anyway, so the show went well. The DJ lead actually came up to me. He's like, "Hey man, you went amazingly well, and we appreciate you coming in clutch and closing the show tonight. For last minute. So it went really, really well. And then I went to bed at like 4 a.m. Super early in the morning. I absolutely hated it. I felt miserable the next morning, and it showed hardcore during.
We're not young little pups anymore.
I know. I'm getting old, man. So, so understand something that I went to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I had to get up at 7 o'clock in the morning to get ready for my last event, which was the Floor Wars head-to-head thing.
Oh, they're asking if there's a video for the dance comp.
So I did live stream the dance comp. However, it got busted for copyright. So I'm still trying to figure out a way to maybe make it private and then just post the link somewhere so everyone can see it. I haven't tried that yet, but I will in a little bit. Maybe after this video is done. Why do you logo like a dog? That's weird, isn't it? No, you can't see my face. Not allowed. You see this bunny right here? This bunny says, "I don't look like a bee, though." Anyway, so we're almost done. So Sunday rolls around, I am dead tired, and then I have to DJ for Floor Wars. This, again, was not my intention. I had no intentions of doing anything but making sure these events ran smoothly, and I clearly pointed that out to everybody on the staff that I did not want to focus on something if I have to focus on the event as a whole. I cannot focus on an individual something if I can't focus on the entire event. So because I DJ'd the night before, I went to bed at 4 o'clock in the morning. I had to get up early and then get to the con and then set up for DJing for Floor Wars. And then initially, it didn't put me in the correct mood. I was not in the right mindset whatsoever. I was dead tired. You noticed there were Red Bulls on the table. They brought me more. I didn't drink all of them, but it was just not really a good place for me. And the music was like just tossed together, and a lot of people actually apparently didn't like it, and that's what leads me to this the negativity thing. So the event was okay. It was not my best, nor will it be my last. But it will be my last time I DJ for Floor Wars. It is just not my thing whatsoever. It's I can't I won't do it anymore. So bye. So the reason like the reason another reason why I wanted to do this video initially is because I got wind of some negativity from people saying that people who were sitting in the stands and they were telling me that I looked high, it looked like I was hungover, it looked like I was doing such a horrible job at doing like teaching floor wars, and it's just I wasn't the right person for the job, and you're absolutely right on only one of those. So, and that's the I wasn't the right person for the job. No, I wasn't hungover. No, I wasn't coming off of some high. I didn't do drugs at all at that con. I'm not going to say I didn't drink because I'm an adult and I can do whatever the heck I want. So, judge me if you want. It doesn't matter. Funny. But I was not hungover. I was not high. I was just dead tired. And these people were spreading some negativity about me during this show. And when I got wind of it, it put me in an even worse mood than I was already in. Bye.
Will you lift your tail if I give you a treat?
Okay, so I'll move a little bit closer. Bring it down a little. So, fun. So in the end, what? Jake? Please reply. It's almost my bedtime. What do you want?
You said something about lifting your tail if he gives you a treat.
No. No tail if treat. Because one, I'm not wearing a tail right now, and two, I don't want treats. It's too hot.
I don't
But
know
Kate,
about him,
I hope
but
you
I'm
have a
sweating.
wonderful, wonderful night. Maybe for an extra 30 minutes. Huh? Anyway, so
Ross was saying, can you keep the stream after you tell your story?
You want me to keep streaming after I tell a story? It's hot! Maybe another time. I'll turn another one on and then we'll do another shoot the stuff video later on. Another shoot the stuff live stream. Anyway, so it was not a very good place for me. I wasn't very happy with the way the event went, from my personal experience. From my point of view, where I was at, I was just not happy with it. I did not enjoy it whatsoever. But I did put it on for the show. I did my best for the con, and that was the end of that. So after that event, I really just wanted to pack up and go home. However, I couldn't leave Oregon without going to Voodoo Donuts first. I had never been there before, so I went to Voodoo Donuts. Enjoyed some of the time at in Portland, and that's pretty much the con. I did neglect to mention one little thing on Saturday night. So Saturday night was probably the best time I had actually had at this con, and it was because of Telexis and Dolphin Affinity, and all the people like Snow Bunny Shelly, and there were just so many people. Rin, Night Dragon, uh, or what's his name? Yeah. Anyway, so there was a bunch of people, and we went to Hot Pot in Portland. That food was amazing, amazing food. And hanging out with friends is really what brings me to cons. It's really just to hang out with people, and that's what really makes the cons for me. So Friday was kind of iffy. Saturday was just amazing from start to finish, and then Sunday kind of just went downhill from there. It's nothing about programming. It's nothing about the con itself. It was just a personal feeling for me on Sunday. It was just not a good place. Were there some mishaps, and did I do more than I was, anticipating to do? Yeah, it's true. Did I overwork myself? Probably. So next year, if I get picked up for the same jobs, that is all I'm going to do. Just make sure the events start smoothly, they end smoothly, and then the entire event runs steady pace throughout the entire event for the allotted time. Hi. So, so with that, um, Would I go again? Absolutely. The only additional thing I would do if I were to get picked up for the same job for next year would probably submit for another DJ because a lot of people ask me to come back. And also, Furlandia is basically where I got my DJ name, Paper Mario. So, that,
Probably a scam.
oh, yeah. I got a scam number. Anyway, so that's pretty much the end of that. You know, we drove home. We were pretty ready to go to bed as soon as we got home. So, but ultimately, that's why I said it's like a 75, uh, like 75-25 good con. It's just basically the Sunday kind of killed it for me. So with that, there's only one more thing I want to touch on before I close this thing up, and it's the badges. So I like to tell people about badges that I have and that I've gotten, that I've collected over the number of years. This first one that I'm going to show you guys is actually pretty old. It's from like 2000, I want to say like 2013, like late 2013. But it still looks pretty good. Usually this is the badge that I walk around with when I'm at cons, but I don't wear any tail. I don't wear any furry event stuff. Like I don't wear paw pads. I don't wear tails. Don't wear just my head or paws. You couldn't really tell I'm a furry except for the fact that I have a badge. And even then, sometimes I don't even wear my badge around the con. So usually, but if I do wear a badge, it's probably going to be this one. This is like my human badge. So this badge right here uh, is some is a graffiti badge that an old not an old person, but an artist did for me a while back, and her name is Keitel, Keitel, and this was back when she was doing double-sided badges. So this was the original suit that I have, it's the same colors. And then she was doing when she was doing double-sided, I do mean double-sided. So when you flip it over, it has my other name on it. So, and then her artwork is absolutely amazing. If you look up Keitel Wolf, I mean, you can see some of the artwork there. She's on Twitter. I don't think she's on Fur Affinity anymore. Uh, Twitter is probably the best place to reach her. So if you're interested in getting some artwork, I don't know if she still does commissions or not, but she is an absolutely amazing artist. And this is old. This is an old badge. So I can only imagine that she's improved drastically in the artwork like world. And then this other badge that I have at the con was made by an artist that I met actually at the con, and she told me that she was a huge fan and an inspiration for dancing. That is like right in the feelers for me, like right in the bunny's face. Um, but because it was that words on it. So she said I was a huge inspiration to her and or them pronouns thing. I can't assume genders. I'm really sorry if I assume genders. But they made me this, and this, mind you, this person is super super young. Here, hold on, grab the ear. So super young. So they are. Get my reflection. There we go. So this one was made. I'm sorry, I'm sitting down, so this is about as good as you're gonna get. Now hold on. Boop. I'm gonna pull a hip or something. Snap, crackle, pop. So this artwork was done by a Darkness Art Creation. So Darkness Art Creation, but it's on. You can find them on Instagram actually, and I can post the back of it here. So the Instagram is Night Fury underscore AJ, and it's by Darkness Night Creations. So this person is super young. They are probably like 13, 14 years old. And they came up with this. This is an amazing piece of artwork, and I will cherish this badge for as long as I am in the furry fandom. And it's just quite impressive. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed wearing it. So I mean, it's really really on point. So if
Yeah,
you
put
if
me
you're
to shame.
looking, huh?
Put me to shame.
Yeah. So it's it's quite well. It's I mean it's pretty on point, right? Anyway, so yeah, so if maybe I don't know if they're taking commissions or not, but I would definitely get on Instagram if you have an Instagram. Check out Night Fury AJ underscore AJ Night Fury underscore AJ and see if they're taking commissions because this is some serious amazing artwork. And she graciously gave one to me, and then pointed her out to I pointed them out to Rin, the cheesehead circle that also dances, and they were able to give him one as well. And so that's the spiel of the badges that I've got that I was wearing at the con. So if anything, so if there's anything to take away from all of this, it's conventions are really what you make of it, and Furlandia to me was like a 75% fun, 25% work kind of deal. So I did a lot of work, and then unfortunately my friends kind of suffered from it. When the staff was telling me, "Hey, can you do this? Hey, can you do that? Would you mind doing this?" And when I told them yes, and then they were like, "I'm really sorry." They apologized for giving me more work to do. And when I told them, you don't have to apologize to me because I'm accepting the work. It's my friends you got to apologize to because they're the ones who wanted to spend time with me, but they can't because I'm taking on more work to help this con be a better and safer place. So okay, top dollar. Yeah, seriously, right? So anyway, so I think that's about it for this breakdown. Um, so I would definitely go to Furlandia again. It's going to be a busy year for me next year, so I don't know if I'll actually be able to make it. It just depends on where things fall in at the time. So yeah, that's about it. Does anybody have any questions or anything before I close this thing down? Anything? Anything? Mhm. Mhm. Except for one question that I'm pretty sure you're wondering. This over here, this dog, it's pretty dark actually. I'm probably gonna turn it up. Yeah, I can turn the light on later. So get up in the grill. This is the Doberman, right?
No.
Is it?
You meant Aussie.
Is it an
Australian
Aussie?
Shepherd.
Like an Australian Shepherd. Why didn't you correct me earlier when I called you a Doberman?
Oh, you didn't? I didn't catch
Yeah.
that.
Okay, so this is an Australian Shepherd. Yes, I think I will be at Antwerp West because that's even more local. It's not a 3-hour drive for us. So, I mean, it should be okay. I'm pretty sure I'll be there. Pretty sure. Not guaranteed though. It's never guaranteed. Ever. Anyway, so yeah, this is the not the Doberman, the Australian Shepherd Shadow, and he just came to hang out for a little bit because he had nothing to do, and I just got home from a really long day at work, and I wanted to shoot this video, and that's about it. What kind of video games? I play right now. I'm in the Borderlands saga because we're getting ready for Borderlands 3 to come out. I can't wait.
Nope, I'm good.
No Borderlands 3?
No.
No. What games do you play?
I play Warframe mostly.
What game?
Warframe.
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 Yep.
I feel like those first-person shooters.
But the thing is, it's actually not a first-person shooter. It goes back and it changes styles
Huh. That's interesting.
as you play. It's really weird.
Interesting. Yeah. So I mean, I play on Xbox. If anybody wonders, my Xbox handle is the Hogwash. Yeah, that's right. The Hogwash.
Ah, there goes the blue hearts again.
What?
I said, there goes the blue hearts again.
Oh my gosh. Turn the blue hearts off. Oh, I don't like you. I lied to you. I'm lying. It's not that I don't like you. I just don't like the blue. Anyway, so the Hogwash on Xbox Live. If you're searching for me, I'm usually playing here and there. I don't play like religiously because I have a full-time job, and my weekends have been packed ridiculous for the last couple weeks. Like I went to Bothell for the Furlandia trip. Then I went to Bothell for a going away party. Then I went to Bothell for a
Birthday
birthday
party.
party. And then I think this is the worst weekend in the last month that I am not on a ferry. I am so tired of ferries. Those things are like expensive. It's like
Hey.
$17 on one side, and then it's like $27 on the way back.
Try driving a 2,500 on one of those things.
Yeah, no.
Not an
I need to
easy
get
thing
a
to
smaller
do.
car. Get a smart car, so it costs like $8. You can probably like walk that car onto the ship.
Probably.
Yeah, the hogwash. So if you want to add me on Xbox Live, just shoot me a message or add me or something, and then I'll get on. Then I'll find it. And then if you guys play Borderlands, I'm more than happy to play with you guys. If you play Borderlands, we're playing the pre-sequel right now. So and then Borderlands 2 is next, and then Borderlands 3, hopefully when it comes out in September.
Look at me.
September. Yeah, so it's like right around the corner. All right, so I think that's the end of this because it's getting hot and I'm getting hungry again. I like Cheetos. I like Cheetos because they're orange. And my name is. Oh, no, never mind. I'll just do it one-handed. All right, so my name is Hogwash, and I approve this message. The reason why is because I'm a bunny. That's right. I am a bunny.